Kevin Bartolone on pole position, flanked by Jason Caldwell in the 3:11. And it looks like Ray Robbins is going to be the flagger for this one, and he's pointing to turn number 4, and green is out. And into turn number 1, the field goes, and our pole sitter getting a good run on the rest of the field. Jeremiah Clonch was on the inside of the second row. He is in position 2. And our outside pole sitter getting challenged on the inside. And leader of the first competitive lap here will be Bartolone in the 18:53 of Andy Brigham. Has taken over position number 3 as our second place car has fallen back to 4th, and around goes Turner. No contact with anyone. Greg Turner spinning over there at turn number 2. Let's see if he can get that thing corrected. And caution is going to come out. This time Brigham is flanked by Jeremiah Clonch in car number 15. They bring those little 4-cylinder machines up to speed. The green is back out. Clonch trying to stay with Bartolone through the corner, not quite able to do so, and Bartolone getting a nice run down the back straightaway. Battle right now is for 4th and 5th with Turner on the inside and the 3:11 of Caldwell on the top side. He's loose over there in 3, but hangs on to the car and hangs on to position number 4. Turner now goes from inside to outside. And as Caldwell drifts a little bit in the corner over there in 2, Turner will make an inside move on him and move up to position number 4. Our top 2 pulling away just a bit, this time by the 3rd lap of 6. We're at the halfway point. The flags are crossed. Kevin Bartolone, our leader, he's got about a dozen car lengths separating himself from the 15 of Jeremiah Clonch. And the gap widening as we say it. Andy Brigham hanging on to position number 3. Turner is catching him. He's been reeling him in the last couple laps. 48T of Stephen Rogers. Might have been a little bit of contact there between the pair for the 4th and 5th spots. White flag coming out. Right now, Andy Brigham in that 3rd and final redraw spot that has the potential of putting you on the pole position for tonight's race. And the winner of the first heat for the front-wheel drives is Bartolone. Second will go to Clonch. And Brigham will be the other driver in the draw position. Greg Turner finishing in 4th. 5th going to the 48T of Rogers. And Jason Caldwell rounding out the field. That's it for heat number 1. While we're watching our field bunched up together up there in turn number 4, waiting for green. Ray Robbins looking them over. And the green is out, and off they go. Fast in practice, fast on the start. Put him on the pole, and it's pretty much an asterisk, everything that happens after that for Andre Rogie. He's got a fast car, and like I said, fast in practice, and he is coming off turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1 over Dunn, who is equally fast out there in practice. 3rd spot is the 10 of Benjamin. Again, these guys just really needing to pick up some tires for this event. Chris Conrad holding down 4th position. 5th is the 06 of Clem Underwood. And you see how he was bouncing around up there trying to get set for the entry into the corner. These 2 drivers here have a ton more experience running on asphalt. And that's the difference as they reach the halfway point. Nothing has changed, except we may have a change now for position number 4. As the 6 of Conrad goes high, the Underwood machine follows suit on the low side, and they are literally side by side over on the back straightaway, battling it out for that 4th and 5th spot. Right now, the advantage going to Underwood in the 06. That could all change. These corners really aren't that much different. You'd think so, but they're not. Andre Rogie with a big lead. And he'll come off turn number 2 and take the old white flag. 5 up on the scoreboard, 1 remaining. Right now, Curtis Benjamin in a redraw position. Again, the top 3 will redraw positions 1 through 9. As long as you're in that group, you know what that means. You could have pole position. And our leader coming off turn number 4, fast around this half mile. Andre Rogie picking up the win. Tim Dunn will finish 2nd. It's turning out to be a battle for 3rd. Curtis Benjamin has had the spot, and he'll hang on to it and put himself in the redraw spot. Clem Underwood finishing 4th, 5th going to Chris Conrad. 6 laps the distance. Brandon, Amy, and Joe Lane Jr., your men up front, and the green flag waves. Amy slow on the go. And that worked right into the hand of the driver behind him. Scott Schaefer was able to get around him in quick order, but the 10 now working properly. And look at Schaefer go. Already to the inside of Joe Lane Jr. in car number 4. So he has gone from 4th to 1st with a heads-up move on the start. Tony Gulo running in 4th position. Here comes Gene Purvis to the inside in 5th. Nice lead for the 67 of Schaefer. Lane running in 2nd. Bam Bam Amy running in 3rd. 4th is Gulo. 5th is Purvis. And Purvis takes a peek to the inside of Gulo. Off 2. Just when Gene has a run, looks like he comes up on the Amy machine, which slows a bit more than I think Gene might want to at the entrance to turn 3. Gene will stay in that inside groove as our cars reach the halfway point. Good battle from 3rd on back. Right now, Amy has that 3rd and final redraw spot. Gulo and Purvis. This is an instant replay, folks. This is how it's been like the 3rd lap now. Where they get to turn number 3, they have to back off just a bit. Our leader putting lap number 3, up on the board for 2 laps remaining. Purvis has escaped the Gulo battle and now setting one up with the 10 of Amy. Amy to the inside. Amy gets his speed back about midway through the corners. Purvis is going to try again on the outside and makes a clean pass on the outside. A lot of hands clapping for Clean Gene Purvis. Oh, this guy's our leader. Almost forgot about him. Look up turn number 4. He's coming down the front straightaway. Big lead, big win for the 67 of Scott Schaefer. Finishing 2nd will be Lane and Purvis into a redraw spot. Anthony Lane with a nice move that'll put him up to 4th. And he started this one dead last, so good move on the part of Anthony Lane. Not quite good enough to be in the redraw spot, but Gene Purvis just making it. Kind of looks like we're over at Woodhall with the old Delaware start, but here we go. Field gets to turn number 4, and the green comes out. And Jody Buckley taken off in the 07. If you were here for practice, you saw Mike Carroll chop down the gap from about a full straightaway down to just what he's doing right now. He catches them. His car is just so well handled and so well tuned that Mike opting to start back and make a bit of a race out of it. He's alongside John Bacon right now for 2nd spot. Al Carroll to the inside. Bacon dropping back to the 3rd spot with Alexandria Smith in 4th. Al Carroll can put that car anywhere he wants it. Where does he want it? Waving right below that checkered flag So the battle on right now for second spot. John Bacon bought that car a couple years ago for his niece. Found out she was too young to compete in the car, so he ran it over at Chemung as a rookie. And this year the rookie stripe was off. He did some running down at Mountain Speedway. And he's over here with us at Shang-2. And we've reached the halfway point in this 6-lap heat race. This will be a field inversion for the feature. Bit disappointing, as I said, to see only 4 Legends cars making it for this special event here postseason. White flag for Mike Alcaro. Jody Buckley running in second. Third is John Bacon. Alexandria Smith running in fourth. And it would appear Bacon slowing just a bit. Alexandria may have a shot at taking over third spot. She's closing the gap a bit, but Mike Alcaro just picked up another heat win. Buckley will finish second. Then it's Bacon and Smith. Pace car sneaks into the infield, and we're set to go for this first of 2 for the late models. Like he was shot out of a gun. The Plum Air was plumb fast out there in that second round of practice tonight, and Travis Fisher leading the way. The 26X of Nathan Russell running in second. Swansboro running in third. Scott Wiley fourth. Joe Beretta fifth. Joe Brown sixth. And Dave Schneider rounding out the field. And it looks like we're shaping up for a battle for second spot as Swansboro has caught the Russell machine. Visually, it would appear that Fisher was the fastest car in the second round of practice, and Swansboro slips sliding down to the inside, and he will take over second from Russell at the stripe. He's going to lose the grip up there in turn number 2, and part of his car flying back onto the surface. So J.R. Swansboro, he was fast, no doubt about it. He was fast, a little bit too fast to hang on to it. In 1 and 2 around he went, and you saw Russell get on the brakes. He knew something was about to happen. He didn't want to be part of it. So Swansboro getting the Swansboro stripe over there in turn 2. Wonder if Dad will make him paint that. Travis Fisher and Nathan Russell side by side for the start. Not for long. Scott Wiley is right there running in third spot. Joe Brown in fourth. Joe Beretta fifth. Dave Schneider rounding out the field. Four laps complete, 4 remaining. And Joe Brown dives to the inside of Scott Wiley in a great battle for third spot. Down the back straightaway they go into turn number 3. Brown with a slight advantage, and he will take over third spot, and he is a man on the move. This time by the Twin Sticks will be parallel. 2 laps remaining. Travis Fisher, Nathan Russell, and Joe Brown is just about to overtake him, and he has caught him over there in turn number 2. Not quite able to make the pass, but Brown is committed to that low groove. He knows the way around this racetrack. That car runs that low groove to perfection, and Joe Brown taking over second spot. 1 lap to go. Wiley also trying to take over third spot, gets it from Russell up there in 1. And coming off turn number 4, and the win is going to go to Travis Fisher, Joe Brown will finish in second, and the final car in the redraw will be the 47 of Wiley. Gary Folk Jr. looking him over, the field approaching turn number 4, and he likes what he sees. The green is out. The 55 of Bart leading the way off turn number 2. Here comes Jim Lamoureux. He started dead last, and he's bringing the 20 of Scott Nurmi along. Nurmi, they're both to the inside of the 29 of Brad Smales. Smales in the Schneider machine tonight. By the naked eye, Lamoureux the fastest in round 1 of practice. Fisher the fastest in round 2. Lamoureux has it down to a little over a car length now as they approach turn number 3. And this time by it'll be lap number 3 that goes up on the board. Lamoureux bobbles a little bit up there in turn number 4. Smales running in 3rd spot. Scott Nurmi in 4th, and 5th, the 18 of Brent Matzel. And our field reaching the halfway point of this heat race. Again, top 3 are in the redraw. Brad Smales, the man on the bubble, as they say, for that 3rd and final redraw spot. And Scott Nurmi, knowing what's at stake, he could be the man with the leftover number, but that number again could be number 1. He's trying to find an opening, and he looks to the inside, but Smale slams the door on him over there in 3. And there's 2 laps remaining in our 8-lap heat race. White flag this time by for the 55 of Matt Barn. Said he's been here a couple times before, so the track not brand new to him. And he obviously remembered what he learned the last couple times he was here. Our winner, the 55 of Matt Barn. Lamoureux will finish in 2nd. The final draw spot going to the 20 of Nurmi. Brad Smales falling a little bit short there of possibly landing on pole position for the race tonight. And Crazy George pulls the pace car out of the way. Cars reach turn number 4. And Ray Robbins getting to throw the green flag, and from the outside of the front row, off he goes, Wilbur Hebing. Ed McGuire smiling right now over there in pit road as Hebing is leading, and his Chrome Machine is running in 2nd with Kurzieski. Ebersol taking over 3rd spot. This will be a top 3 redraw as well. Zach Curran running in 4th spot, Canistrari in 5th. Adzwani and the Clements machine both well off the pace, running at the back of the pack. No spot being contested right now. And the top 4 separated almost by the same amount. About a dozen car lengths between 1st and 2nd. Kyle Ebersol in car number 5 had a great run here when the RLC car tour rolled into Tioga Center. He's been coming up on the back of the field. That's Matt Clemens going down a lap to the leaders. Wilbraheming setting a fast pace here. We're a lap away from the finish of this one. Nice and smooth, and he is building onto his race lead over Krzyzewski. Wilbraheming through turns 3 and off turn number 4, and he will win this first heat of 2. Krzyzewski finishing second, and Ebersol will be the third guy in the redraw. Zach Curran finishing in 4th. Canestrari rounding out the top 5. As our modifieds pick up the pace, they reach the starting spot and off they go. And the outside lane was the place to be, at least initially. Brian DeFebo with the nose of the machine on the outside. You're getting a little tap from Walko over there at the entrance to turn number 3. Walko and Petrobowski side by side for second. Brian DeFebo will lead lap number 1. He's up on that typically slower outside groove as Petrobowski and Walko both sneak by underneath in turn number 2. Here comes the three of Darren Shearer. They're all getting around Brian DeFebo, and now the 71 of Zacharias trying to do it on the high side. Walko, another little chrome horn tap, and this time it was to the 72 of Petrobowski. Walko takes a look to the inside. Petrobowski's car pretty well glued to the inside. And Darren Shearer now trying to make the outside work for him. It got him where he is. He's trying to go one spot further. He's to the outside of Petrobowski, and at the stripe at the halfway point, Darren Shearer got a fast machine, and he led lap number 4. Zacharias up to 3rd now. Again, top 3 will redraw for the top 6 spots in tonight's feature. Ripkema running in the 5th spot, and then it's Rusty Smith. Zacharias now puts the machine to the outside of Petrobowski. Not quite finding what he needs. Looks like Walko was going to follow him up there. And he'll try once again off turn number 2 to get up alongside TJ Petrobowski in a battle for 2nd spot. Jimmy is going to do that outside-inside switch. He's dirt tracking it off turn number 4. As our leader, Darren Shearer, takes the white flag. Great battle for positions 2, 3, and 4. One of those drivers will not be in a redraw position as our leader, Darren Shearer, comes off the corner and picks up the win. Petrobowski will hang on for 2nd, and Jimmy Zacharias will get whatever's left in that bag at that redraw. Finishing 3rd, 4th is Walko, then it's Ripkema, Smith, and Buckley. Well, folks, this will be the first opportunity to give the old Shangri-la 2 Motor Speedway wave lap as the cars come off turn number 4. Those of you sitting down in the turn 4 area, let's give a nice send-off. We don't see the 4-wheel drives, or the 4 cylinders here. 4-wheel drives, what am I, crazy? So we have Joe Lane on pole position. On the outside of him, it's Gene Purvis. Row number 2, Tim Dunn, and the 67 of Scott Schaefer. Both of them fast in their heat races. Not that the others weren't, but certain cars certainly stood out. Our field up in turn number 4. We're set to get this fall brawl underway feature style. 3 across at the start-finish line. Gene Purvis is going to be the man off turn number 2. Right behind him, it's Dunn and Schaefer. They were side by side going into 3, and they've separated from each other just a bit. Schaefer a close second as lap number 1 goes up on the board. So for the first time in this 25-lap race, it's the 67 of Scott Schaefer leading. The 88 of Purvis running in 2nd. Andre Rogi is in third spot. Fourth is Dunn. And fifth is Lane in car number 4. Rogie to the inside of Purvis over there at the entrance to turn number 3. That was a short battle. Purvis going to try and stay with him, but they got a battle there of front wheel and rear wheel. And here comes Tim Dunn, the 96T, approaching the third place car of Gene Purvis. And lap number 4 will go up on the scoreboard with a 67 out in front. Pretty healthy lead over Rogie in second. Purvis and the 96 in a good battle. And then there's a space back to the Lane machine in fifth. See how the field is pretty well sorting itself out. Sixth is the 18 of Kevin Bartolone. Bartolone, winner of his heat race. And our leader putting Dayton Cody, looks like he's going to be going down a lap up there between 3 and 4. Leader just coming off the corner. And Andre Rogie in a chase mode. Purvis still holding down third spot. Fourth is still the Tim Dunn machine. And fifth is the 4 of Lane. Sixth is Bartolone in the 18. Then it's Amy and Frank Morich. Some 3 across racing here, and that is our leader sneaking under those cars. That is Greg Turner for one of them. And look at Andre Rogie closing the gap. That little 08 is one fast little machine. He runs extremely well on these big surfaces, these big layouts. Like I said, the 5/8 mile up at Oswego. Many times he's won the Race of Champions now. He's looking to the outside of the race leader over there in turn number 2. He'll duck back in behind him. But no, he's not going to duck behind him. He's just going to duck under the lap car. Rogie to the outside. And the 67 of Schaefer will slam the door on him. Lap car of Curtis Benjamin out in front of that lead duo, and they go down the back straightaway. They'll go to the inside of Benjamin. Third place car is now the 96 of Dunn. He got around Gene Purvis. And fifth remains the 5 of Lane. Leaders coming off turn number 2. And will the lap cars become a factor? Andre Rogie looking for anything that'll help him get around that machine. And they drive under the Clonch number 15 clear racetrack for a little bit. They're separated by about 3 car lengths going into turn number 3. 11 laps complete. This will put number 12 in the books. Halfway next time by, it's a 2-car battle. Tim Dunn is still running in third spot, working his way around some of that lap traffic as well, but he's got a full straightaway separating him from that lead battle. And the flags are crossed. We still have a great battle for first between Schaefer and Rogie. Dunn running in third. Purvis in fourth. And it's a long way back there, but Lane running in fifth. And Rogie to the inside. They are fighting the lap cars. Rogie takes over the top spot at turn number 1. This is all happening on lap 15. And he's going to try and split hairs up there with Frank Morich and others. Look at this battle, folks. We got the leader going on the outside. We got the second place car to the inside in what was a momentary 4 across battle. These guys are serious about this stuff. Rogie setting a blistering pace in his front-wheel drive machine. He comes off turn number 4, and lap number 16 will go up on the scoreboard. 9 remaining. And we got a couple cars slowing in front of our leader. Looks like Amy was one of those cars slowing over there in turn number 3. Amy and the 311. But our leader is passing cars on the outside. The inside doesn't much matter. Wherever they are, he'll go where they're not. Rogie to the outside of Amy now. He puts him a lap down. Coming up on what I believe to be our 5th place car, the 4 of Lane. And Rogie now will put him a lap down. I believe there's only 4 cars left on the lead lap. Rogie, Schaefer, Purvis, or Dunn, and Purvis. Purvis also, as he crosses the stripe, dealing with some of the lap cars. The 08 of Andre Rogie looks like one of those little wind-up toys. You just wind it up enough and off it goes, and he is just having his way here at Shangri-la 2 Motor Speedway. Scott Schaefer, who was in such a tight battle for him, now some distance back, still hanging on to 2nd though. Within 5 laps of the finish, our leader into turn number 3, 2nd place car down the back straightaway. And if you have not seen Andre Rogie run up at Oswego, it's a treat up there, but it's a treat right here at Shangri-La 2. How this little machine can get around these big layouts. Dunn continues in 3rd spot, a full half of track behind our leader, and 22 of 25 going up on the board. What a performance being turned in by our leader, by all of these drivers, really. We got a slow one over there in turn number 3, trying to make his way around with 2 laps to go. Can we keep this one clean and green all the way through? He's trying to make it back. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And Andre Rogie will next see the white flag. What a performance by Andre Rogie. He takes the white flag. Folks, he's got a huge lead over the 2nd place car. Here he comes. Right here, that's the 67 of Scott Schaefer. 3rd is Dunn, just now crossing the stripe, and 4th right here, Gene Purvis, our winner. The checkered flag for Andre Rogie. To wait. I'm an old lady and I got all this extra weight on me, and congratulations. Boy, you are such a pleasure to watch. This little machine, we've watched it win up at Oswego so many times. You come here, first time here?
Yep.
Andre, what's the secret of this little car?
I don't know. It's orange, I guess.
It's orange and it's fast. You were fast out there in practice. You were fast in your heat race. Decent draw. Work to your advantage. Caution free. How about that for a race here?
Yeah, that made it exciting, a lot of lap traffic, and I got to thank Scott Schaefer's crew for helping me tonight. I came down by myself, and I also got to congratulate Scott for his track championship at Evans Mills.
Well, that's great. We'll get over there in a minute with him. Also fast. You guys were nose to tail there for a little bit, and then you just took off.
I see the opportunity in the lap traffic. That's where I got by and made it a little bit easier for me.
Well, once you got out in front, though, you just kind of checked out. You were in your own zip code.
Thanks.
Andre Rogie, our winner. First place rear-wheel drive. Boy, you know, you guys confused me with this. You were fast. You won your heat race, had a fairly decent draw, but then you lost this guy.
Andre's my nemesis. He always has been. He's a great guy, though. I love racing with him.
Tell me, you guys' first run here to come in front of these fans and put on a caution-free race. I think this is something they'll always remember. How'd you like the track?
This place is a blast. They did a really good job with it.
And I suppose he thanked you for helping him today, and I know you got others that you want to thank.
I'd like to thank my crew, Bruce Hyde, Andy Dushin. I couldn't do any of this without them. I'd like to thank Rombo Electric and TNR Reynolds. That's my main sponsors. They're right there. And Pip Stump Grinding and my mom and dad. My dad couldn't be here. I know he really wanted to, but that's about it.
Never forget Mom, please. Nope. Andre Rogie, Scott Schaefer, 1 and 2. They go home with the hardware here tonight. Mojo Photos getting the action. Congratulations once again. You can see how he's trailing back Mike Alcaro. He's just been decimating this field here. And I believe he may have, it was a field inversion, so he was going to be back there anyway. But John Bacon and Jody Buckley going side by side off turn number 1 and down the back straightaway. John Bacon with about a 2-car advantage now going into turn number 3.
I like your references to the Delaware start. There aren't too many people up this way who know much about the Delaware start.
Just us old farts. You have to hang around a drag race or two, or a dirt race or two to know what the old Delaware start is. John Bacon, I don't know that he's led a feature lap in the 2 years he's been out there, but he's got about a 3-car advantage over Jody Buckley. Alcaro has passed Smith to take over 3rd, and Alexander Smith running in position number 4.
So how many laps are we going?
We're going 12 on this one. I believe 2 are up there on the board. Alcaro's about to make his move now. He's just awesome to watch. Like I said, they've got several cars in their stable over there in New Jersey. You never know what they're going to unload. If they have a problem, they got a big hauler, they got a backup in there. But it doesn't seem to matter what car he's in. He's just a tough competitor.
Yeah, he's just got the place figured out completely. If I'm not mistaken, he's also the champion of the White Lake Speedway, which we sometimes call Conneonga, down there near the site of the Woodstock Music Festival.
No kidding. Well, hey, that's a great location, regardless if it's music or racing. 3 laps of 12 up on the board. Mike Alcaro, our leader. John Bacon continues to hold down 2nd spot. He's got about a 4-car advantage over Jody Buckley. Alexander Smith bringing up the rear. We had a caution-free 4-cylinder race today. No reason to think we can't have caution-free in this one as well. Lap no, I don't have the good glasses on. I believe that's lap number 4 going up there now, Al.
Well, you know, one of the problems is when you start talking about a caution-free race, usually there's a caution flag.
Well, that's true. I just jinxed it, didn't I? I should know better. Final call on 50-50 tickets. They're gonna, our late model winner is gonna draw the winning ticket here tonight. Next time by, we'll be getting the halfway indication, and Mike Alcaro once in front. He doesn't know any other way, but just full bore, flat out racing, and the sticks should be crossed this time by as lap number 6 goes up on the board.
You know, they say one of the worst things you can do if you're a race driver is to slow down. Because if you slow down, you start making mistakes.
That's also the time where you start hearing things.
Exactly, yes, very much so.
Well, John Bacon, I'm kind of impressed with him, although I think this may be the first time I've ever seen Jody Buckley competing in a feature race in a Legends car before, so he's doing a pretty good job, too, of staying with Bacon, who has a season, 2 seasons now under his belt. And we have 4 laps remaining. It'll be 3 to go when Alcaro crosses the stripe this time.
And he certainly has not disappointed when it comes to being the dominant force. Mike Alcaro continues to build the reputation that he has made up over the last 2 years.
He's a nice kid, too, and when he's in victory lane, he's very well-spoken. Looks like Buckley was taking a peek to the outside of John Bacon over here in turn number 1. ducked back in behind him as they went through 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. It's down to about 3 car lengths as our leader, Mike Alcaro, gets the 2 to go indication. Battle on for position number 2.
And you said Travis Fisher drew the pole for the late models. And as they are lined up on the staging lane, we see that Travis Fisher is right up there at the front of the field.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like second and third place cars almost got together over there in 2. They came just a little bit short. But look at this. More than a full straightaway lead. The sparks are flying because he's flying. Mike Alcaro on the white flag run down the back straightaway. He goes. Looks like Bacon will finish in second in this one. But our leader through turn 3. And coming off turn number 4, the checker flag going to Mike Alcaro.
Mike Alcaro with a absolutely untroubled run. He passed the 3 cars in front of him within a lap and a half and set sail just as we all expected that he would.
And John Bacon, probably a career best finish for him in second. Third going to Jody Buckley and Alexandra Smith rounding out the field. Boy, I'd love to have you go over there and do victory lane, but they say I need the exercise. What are they thinking? Al Robinson, boy, how great is that to have him back on the mic? I would never interrupt a man with the trophy presentation from Casey, but Mike, you're just awesome. You know, you come here and you held back. You knew you had the car. You probably knew you had the race. And the gentleman that you are, you just let the others race for a bit.
Yeah, let them have some fun. A little disappointed we didn't get more cars up here. I didn't know what was going on. I was hoping we were going to get around 15 cars or so, but, you know, unfortunately we only got 4, but hey, a win's a win.
A win is definitely a win, and you guys make that haul over from New Jersey. Seems like no matter where you go, when you unload the car, you always have a backup with you?
Yeah, we usually got a backup. This is the backup. We wrecked the primary last Saturday night down a wall, but, you know, the backup's good enough, so it became the primary.
These larger tracks seem to be no challenge for you. I mean, you get a lot of speed here on the straightaways.
No, I like the big tracks a whole lot more than the short tracks. You know, you actually got to think on a short track, so I just like to go fast and turn left.
Drivers don't like to think, do they?
No, they just like to go.
Mike, I know your dad's with you. He's a big part of your program, but I know you also have others you want to thank.
Yeah, I can't thank my dad enough. You know, he's the main reason why we're doing this. Without him, I wouldn't be here, but, you know, got to thank Ciccolina Oil, 860 Motorsports for giving me great cars, great setups. Noah down at Shell Shock for giving me a sweet painted helmet. And just everybody else along the way who's helped me.
Well, you know, you made me turn around and look at it. Yes, it is a sweet paint job. Plans for next year?
I don't know. I think we're kind of trying to phase out of the Legend, try to get in a modified or something. But we'll see how business is. Starting to pick up a little bit, so hopefully the money starts coming in and we can do some big car racing.
Well, you're always exciting to watch. Congratulations on your win. It makes that drive home a lot sweeter. Mike Alcaro! I won't even say it. I won't even think it that we've had 2 caution-free races. So don't even think it. Our late model's getting set to go. That beautiful Corvette pulling into the infield area. Travis Fisher and Scott Wiley. Well, that was to have been our start. Sure didn't see anything that looked like a green flag in there anywhere close. Crazy George makes that hard, sharp left, and we'll try one more time to get this late model race underway. Looked a little better. Joe Brown wasting no time getting underneath the 47 of Scott Wiley. Joe Brown was fast out there during his heat race. So was this Plum Air Special of Fisher Racing. Wiley running in third. Fourth is the 20 of Scott Nurmi. And rounding out the top five right now, the 37 of Jim Lamoureux. Those three nose to tail, bringing along the 55 with them. Matt Bart, all those drivers starting in the top three rows. Wiley to the inside, or to the outside rather, and that's going to cost him 1, 2, and possibly 3 positions. You get to the outside, you got to have a stout car, or this is what's going to happen to you. Travis Fisher, our leader. Joe Brown running in second. He's trying to chop away at Travis Fisher's lead. Nurmi in third, Lamoureux fourth, and Bart in fifth. As I mentioned, Travis Fisher, a former track champion here at Shangri-La 2, being chased by our most recent one, this year's track champion, and you can just visualize that gap. It is narrowing. And Lamoureux getting some pressure now from the 55 of Bart. He is after Jim Lamoureux's fourth position on the racetrack. Takes a peek to the inside, not quite able to get a run over there in turn number 2. Eight of 50 laps now complete. Got a couple little battles going on. We got the Nurmi Lamoureux Bart battle going on for third, fourth, and fifth. Wiley kind of by himself there. He's got the 26X of Nathan Russell behind him, and then the 29 of Brad Smales. A little further back, it's Joe Beretta, the 18 of Brent Matzel, and the 26 of Dave Schneider. Matt Bart is after Jim Lamoureux's fourth place spot. He's looked to the inside, looked to the outside. He's trying to get the nose of the machine under the 37, into and again in 4. He gets a run and takes a peek over there at the entrance to turn number 3, backs off just a bit. He goes right back to work to try and get a run on him off the fourth corner. Lamoureux will hang on to the spot. The gap between first and second may be a little bit wider than it was a few laps ago. Drivers like Brett Matzel and Dave Schneider getting the old move over flag because the leader, Travis Fisher, setting a fast pace in this one, and he is approaching from behind. And again, they're pointing that the leader is coming. Travis Fisher moments away from putting both Dave Schneider and the 18 of Brent Matzel down a lap. Joe Brown still running in second, Scott Nurmi in third, and we have a change in fourth and fifth as Matt Bart got around. Jim Lamoureux didn't see it happen, but by golly it did. And now Travis Fisher coming up on the 18 of Brett Matzel. He will go to the outside of him. And Brown has closed the gap just a bit in the process of working this lap traffic. Joe Brown has it down to about 10 car lengths right now. 8 laps short of the halfway point in this 50-lap feature for the late models. Battle on for position number 3. Scott Nurmi has it. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania's Matt Bart wants it. Matt, not a regular competitor anywhere. He said he's been racing here, there, and everywhere this year. Not his first time here at Shangri-la 2. And now Nurmi coming up on the back of the Dave Schneider machine over there in 3 and 4. And Matt Bart may have other things in mind. He's going to get up alongside the 20 of Nurmi. They're splitting hairs on the Schneider machine. One to the low side, one to the high side, and both reaching turn number 3 at the same time. And here comes the 29, Brad Smales, and he will be the next one to go down a lap to Travis Fisher, who is approaching from behind. Fisher down the back straightaway, and he's widened that gap some between himself and the 15 of Joe Brown. Good battle shaping up between the 47 of Scott Wiley and the 26X of Nathan Russell. Russell trying to stay with Wiley in the 47. They come off turn number 4, going around the 18 of Brett Mansell, and they are battling for position. The other battle for position is going on down the back straightaway, and that is for third, fourth, and 5th position. Nurmi is our 3rd place car, and look at this battle. Nurmi has it, but Matt Bart took a peek to the inside off turn number 4. He had to get back off the gas just a bit. Nurmi hangs on to the spot, but that is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Going into turn number 3, Lamoureux is there in position number 5. And we are past the halfway point in this one. Lap 25 came and went without me noticing. Lap 27 going up on the board now. This one has been all Travis Fisher. Thought maybe the 15 of Brown was going to give him a battle, but the battle is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th for sure. Nurmi still has it. 55 right there. Lamoureux. Then it's Wiley and Nathan Russell. Matt Bart has thrown everything at Scott Wiley except the kitchen sink, as they say. And look at this. This is now 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And we may have a change of position in number 7 as Nathan Russell takes a peek, gets the inside advantage on Wiley, and takes over that spot. Lamoureux in a battle with Matt Bart, and Lamoureux now moves up to 4th, gets it back. All this happening on lap 31, rather. Well, Travis Fisher and Joe Brown are missing one heck of a race. They're a full straightaway or more in front of 3rd on back, but it is a great battle. Scott Nurmi holding off Jim Lamoureux right now, and those 5 cars are 3rd through 7th. The 26X of Nathan Russell taking a peek to the inside of Matt Bart. Now again, Matt has been here a couple times before. 26X making his first run here at Shangri-La 2 Motor Speedway. Lamoureux trying to get a run off turn number 2 to do something with the 20 of Nurmi. Nothing there. But look at our leaders. Joe Brown has made it a race again. He's closed the gap between himself and Travis Fisher. Gosh, where are they? Nurmi, Lamoureux, Bart. And Russell. Scott Wiley has become a little bit of a spectator here. He's about 6 car lengths back of that battle for 5th and 6th. Travis Fisher has one superior car because the next cars in sight are 3rd on back to 7th. They are less than a straightaway ahead. 2 superior cars here tonight. Travis Fisher and the 15 of Joe Brown. Nurmi doing a good job, and the 37, Lamoureux, getting a little taste of the 55 over there between 1 and 2. 55 of Bart will go after Lamoureux one more time. Lamoureux will hold him off for the moment. He is right there. That is a great battle for 4th spot. And we are 10 laps away from the conclusion of this 50-lap race. Scott Wiley sensing something might happen now, and now the 26 of Nathan Russell has found something in the late stages of this one. Looks at that scoreboard. See, there's only 10 laps to go. And he is now committed to the outside, finding that Lamoureux's not going to give him anything on the inside, but the 55 has the nose of the car there. Inside Lamoureux, he's got to back out. Over there in turn number 3, what a great battle this is for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. To say Matt Bart isn't working for it would be an understatement. Looks like they may have touched wheels, and Bart is going to spin over there in turn 3 and 4. And our field side by side for this restart with 6 laps to go. Travis Fisher takes off just like he had before, only all the lead cars together. Brown running in 2nd, Nurmi 3rd, Lamoureux 4th. Nathan Russell rounding out the top 5. And the high 5 from Gary Full. 5 laps remaining in what has been a great race, especially from positions 3 or 4 on back. Joe Brown staying within striking distance of Travis Fisher. The caution brought him right back where he wanted to be. Scott Nurmi Nurmi trying to stay with that lead duo and get away from what may develop on behind him with Lamoureux. And the others all battling for a fourth on back. Well, he's had the car. He's seen all the flags first. The twin sticks are in the air, and this time by, Travis Fisher will see 2 to go, and Joe Brown is right there. On these final 2 laps, Scott Nurmi found something. He is right there as well. Down the back straightaway, Brown looks to the outside, thinks better of it. He'll stay right behind Travis Fisher. This time by, it's white flag time in what has been a great late model event here. Gary Falk dropping the white flag over Travis Fisher. 4th spot still being discussed. Jim Lamoureux has it. Our leaders, the 3 of them, coming through the corners and off turn number 4, former track champion Travis Fisher. Got her done here tonight. Joe Brown finishing in 2nd. Then it's Nurmi and Lamoureux. Hey, Al, quick comment. What a race, huh?
Tremendous late model race. If we can see late model racing like that every week here, you know, that would certainly establish itself as a premier division.
Hey, he's out of the car. He can hear you. Nice run. You know, you could be doing this later and give me time to get up those steps. You know, every time you passed by at blistering speed, I saw plumb air back there. I've seen it for years. That was plumb fast. You were fast all night.
Yeah, the car was going good. We've been working on the car all year long. Just couldn't, thanks, Gary. Just couldn't get going, you know, how we needed to. We tried something for last week at Mountain Speedway. We won there and decided to come here. We weren't going to come, but we decided at the last minute, and I'm glad we did.
Glad you did, and draw in pole position. Looks like all the stars were lined up for you here tonight.
Yeah, see, I normally can't draw real well, and that showed that luck was on our side tonight.
I'm supposed to tell you Whitey's here. He's down there. I don't know who Whitey is, but he said to tell you. I think you're with the one.
Oh, okay.
All right, I know your dad. I watched him race down at Evergreen, whatever it's called now, Mountain, for many years. I know you got him and others you want to thank.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank my whole crew. Ed, my dad, Carl, my pop, my grandmother, my aunt, my Uncle Sam, Gary, and Brad. Them 2 guys are phenomenal at setup, and that's what got me here today.
44 laps of this race. You really only had Joe Brown within striking distance. Then comes the only caution. Scott Nurmi, I don't know where he came from, but he was right there with you, too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who else was there when we were coming up on that last pack of cars. I knew the 55 was fast, and Jim Lamoureux was always fast. And to see coming up on them, I'm thinking, who's back there? But I knew the 15 was fast. He's been fast all year, won the championship, and Scott Nurmi's always a real good competitor. Seeing
you coming up on the 3rd through 7th place cars was just a testament to how fast you were tonight.
Yeah, that's always a good thing when you could see most of the field ahead of you and being the leader.
Well, you know what? These fans loved you when you were the track champion. They haven't forgotten you. Travis Fisher, our winner here tonight. That beautiful Corvette, which I guess I get now, will pull into the infield. And we're set to go with a pair of drivers who have a lot of respect for each other on the front row. It's TJ Petrobowski, and from the outside, making it look easy, that's Darren Shear. He's going to bring Jimmy Zacharias along with him. Two by 2 for positions 3 through 7, or 3 through 6 rather. Krzyzewski to the inside of Petrobowski in a battle for 3rd. Or excuse me, that's Ebersol. Ebersol gets the spot from the 72 of Petrobowski. Wilbur Hebing running in 5th right now, and here comes Andy Walko in car number 27. Leaders come off turn number 2, put lap number 4 up on the scoreboard. It's Jimmy Zacharias trailing our leader, Darren Shearer, by a car length through the corners. Then a little bit of a gap back to Kyle Ebersol. Wilbur Hebing to the inside of Petrobowski. That's for 4th position, which he'll have when he crosses the stripe, dropping Petrobowski back to 5th. Walko in 6th. And 7th right now, the 51 of Matt Krzyzewski. Doesn't get much closer up front. And Kyle Ebersol trying to join that duo. Darren Shearer. Nice fresh bright color scheme now on the Binghamton Mint sponsored number 3 of Binghamton's Darren Shearer. What had been a car length is up to about 2, but Jimmy Zacharias certainly staying right with him, and they are catching the back end of the pack. That's the 0 of Randy Richards, and he is slow and hugging the inside. Also going around the 9X of Matt Clemens. A lot of battles going on for position 1 right ahead of our leaders as Jimmy Zach takes a peek to the inside of Darren Shearer as they went through 1 and 2. Got back in line behind him. And that spot still stays the same for him, for Jimmy. But they're coming up on these trio of cars. That looks like Jody Buckley, Andy Jankowiak, and Ken Canestrari. They're running nose to tail, but they are considerably slower than that lead duo, which is going to go around them with ease. So those 3 cars going down the lap, 12 laps into this 75 lap feature. Again, Jimmy Zacharias closes the gap at the entrance to turn number 3 and through 4. Can he get a run on Darren Shearer? Darren is one of those guys. He is tough to get around. His car's very well hooked up here tonight. Probably equal power to Jimmy's. Jimmy coming off a disappointing run at the U.S. Open last week where he was in position to have a good top 5 finish, only to have the motor blow, and that has been something that has plagued that race team this year. Motor problems in the Zacharias camp. Kyle Ebersol still running in 3rd, but Wilbur Hebing, once he got free from that traffic, is reeling in reeling in the 5 of Ebersol. Good battle for 5th involving 3 cars. Petrobowski trying to hold off both the 51 on the inside. That's Krzyzewski, and on the outside, the 27 of Walko. Walko goes to the outside, ducks back in. He's going to try the old outside-inside shotgun maneuver, and a little bit of contact. Walko and Petrobowski both spinning off turn number 2. Caution out for the first time. three on this restart are on the lead lap. Jimmy Zacharias giving it everything he can to try and overtake the three of Darren Shearer. He, as I said, a tough guy to get around, but Jimmy's got the advantage, it would appear. Let's see how it shakes out off turn number 4, and we have a new leader at lap number 19. Zacharias took the lead on the restart. Side by side for third and fourth. On the inside, it's Kyle Eversole who's been running there. The lion's share of the race. On the outside, it's the 45 of Wilbur Hebing. Hebing will duck in back of him for now. And Matt Krzyzewski driving the Chrome McGuire machine right now, running in 5th. Rusty Smith running in 6th position. He had a little bit of difficulty getting going here today on the access road prior to the start of the race. Right now running in 6th position. Then it's Dean Ripkema and Andy Walko trying to make his way back up to the front. Jimmy Zacharias, one of those drivers, once he is out in front, he just drives away from the competition like he's doing right now. It took a while to get around Derek Shearer. It was that restart that made it happen. And Ken Canistreri, sparks flying, and Jody Buckley hard into the turn 1 foam. Caution coming out. Not sure what happened. Saw a lot of sparks fly. You can see the tire tracks up there. Field picking up the pace just a bit. Leaders reaching that restart spot, and the green is back out. And Wilbur Hebing trying to capitalize on the fact that the 5 of Eversole was on the outside. He does. And Hebing takes over second. Eversole will duck in behind him, but he looks like he doesn't want to stay there. Jimmy Zacharias, our race leader. Hebing running in second. Eversole. Krzyzewski and Walko now. Walko making a nice recovery back up to the top 5. That's about where he was when he had trouble just a few laps ago. Dean Ripkema running in position number 6. Right behind him, Darren Shearer, who led a good portion of this race, trying to work his way back up to the front. The 24 of Ripkema bottoming out just a little bit over there in turn number 1, but that top 5, especially the top 4, running pretty much together through the corners and down the back straightaway. Krzyzewski 1 car length back from the 5 of Eversole. They're running 3rd and 4th. All chasing this guy, Jimmy Zacharias, leader at lap number 31. Four cars all on the lead lap running together just now going through turns 3 and 4. That's Ripkema, Shearer, Petrobowski, and Rusty Smith. Rusty just a little bit off the pace here tonight. He had, as we mentioned, had trouble getting the car started prior to the roll-off from the access road. Jimmy Zacharias beginning to inch away from the 45 of Hebing. Likewise, he's putting a little bit bigger gap between himself and the third place car of Ebersol. Ed McGuire over there watching both of his machines now running in the top 5. They're second and fourth. Good battle from 6th through 9th. Ripkema, Shearer, Petrobowski, and Smith. They're still together down the back straightaway, although they're losing some ground to the leader, who isn't. Jimmy Zacharias each time by is just pulling away just a little bit further from Wilbur Hebing. Anner Field getting the halfway indication, 38 laps complete, 37 remain, and it's in the hands of our sport modified champion, Jimmy Zacharias. Hebing still running in second, Ebersol third. Fourth, Matt Krzyzewski. Fifth, Andy Walko. And something breaking on the 71 of Jimmy Zacharias. Around he goes over there in turn number 2. Saw the sparks flying over here in turn number 1. He cannot catch a break in the modified division. Jimmy Zacharias leading the race, and something must have broke. A shower of sparks from the car, and he lost the ability to steer it through the corners, tagged the backside of the car into the wall over there in 2, and that's going to hand the race lead over to the 45 of Wilbur Hebing. Boy, if he had this year to do over and talk about mechanical parts, engines, what have you, that would be the guy that would do it. Terry, his dad, over there trying to get them to jack the car up so he can take a look-see underneath there. And that crew going to work. Rusty Smith back in. It looks like Darren Shearer back in. They're jacking up the number 3. Not sure what they're doing on the Smith machine. Matt Krzyzewski also coming into the pits for some service. Rusty Smith looks like service complete on him. They're still working on Jimmy Zacharias' car. The 3 of Darren Shearer also back out. And once again, the 51 of Krzyzewski will pull back out onto the racetrack. So the only lone soldier down there on the pit road is the 71 of Jimmy Zacharias. They're working on the right rear of the car. Running order on the scoreboard will change. It's based on the transponder. It will change once we go back. With Hebing, Ebersol, Walko. And Wilbur Hebing with a good run on, a good restart rather, on this lap 41 restart. And he will take about a 2-car length advantage with him across the start-finish line to put number 41 up on the board. Walko still running in third. Petrobowski up to 4th. Look at this battle for 5th. Krzyzewski to the outside of Dean Ripkema makes the pass as Matt tries to work his way up to catch the leaders. And I see a battle for positions 1 and 4 shaping up as Ebersol is closed that gap down to less than a car length. And Matt Krzyzewski has caught the 72 of Petrobowski. Ripkema, Smith, and Shearer running together as a group. 6th, 7th, and 8th. 30 laps remain. This time battle be 29 to go. And caution coming out. Dean Ripkema has spun over there in turn number 2, single car spin. Under caution for the 4th time. Probably a little bit too serious to continue on, but we'll see as he's pulling back in. It looks like Dean Ripkema's night will be over. And our field coming to life over there in turn number 4. Hebing leading the way off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Ebersol right there, half a car length behind in 2nd spot. Walko still in 3rd. 4th is Matt Krzyzewski. Got around the 72 of Petrobowski to take over 4th. He's a wounded warrior, but he is still fast. Too bad Jimmy lost laps while they made repairs because he got around TJ Petrobowski. Remember, he is not on the lead lap. This time by we'll have 25 laps remaining. Still Wilbur Hebing leading Kyle Ebersol and Andy Walko. Krzyzewski running in 4th. 5th is the 72 of Petrobowski. Then it's Darren Shearer and the 34 of Rusty Smith. And Wilbur Hebing trying to pad his lead over Ebersol just a bit as lap 53 will go up on the scoreboard. 22 laps away from the finish here. Battle for 6th involving Petrobowski and Smith. Smith taking a look to the outside. He'll duck back in as the pair comes off turn number 4. Laps away from the finish here. 57 laps up on the board. 18 remaining. It's a good battle. It's too bad it's not for position. It looks like a battle for 3rd, although it's not. Andy Walko has the spot. Zacharias is certainly able to keep pace with the leaders, although not on the lead lap. 4th spot belongs to the 51 of Matt Krzyzewski. 5th is the 3 of Darren Shearer. Don't see the gap changing any between Wilbur and Ebersol. They're separated by about a half a dozen car lengths, and it has been consistent. Walko still in third spot. Fourth is still the 51. It looks like Jimmy Zacharias is slowing again. I think he went out there just to prove a point. Point proven, Jimmy. They did good work on the car, and had you not been down a few laps, might have been a whole different race. But Jimmy now pulling into the pit road, and his work will continue tomorrow in the sport modified portion of the Fall Brawl. And I no sooner say that the gap is not changing, it does look like it's decreasing just a little bit. The gap between Wilbur Hebing in the 45 and Kyle Ebersol in the 5. Ebersol ran strong last time he was here back in July, I believe it was. Darren Shear hanging on to 5th position, and he's got Rusty Smith right behind him, looking to take away that spot from him. Smith looks to the inside off turn number 4, and he'll come back up and follow the Mets insignia through the corners. Krzyzewski still running in position number 4. However, Darren Shear and Rusty Smith are both catching him. No sooner mention his name, and Krzyzewski spins. He might have had a tire going down, and that is why he was losing some ground on the racetrack. No contact with anything over there in turn number 2, but he was running 4th on the racetrack. And our field picking up the pace up there in turn number 4. Another drag race for Wilbur Hebing. Kyle Ebersol staying with him, but Hebing on that inside. It's the faster way around. He's got the lead. Going down the back straightaway. Walko still running in position number 3. They're side by side for 4th. Krzyzewski on the low side. Shear on the high side. Oh, make that Rusty Smith. It's Rusty Smith that's in 4th position. Here comes the 51 of Krzyzewski taking a peek inside. Thought better of it, and he will let Darren Shearer stay in position number 5. And lap 68 goes up on the board. And the old high-powered freight train rolls down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Hebing maintaining his lead with now 5 laps remaining. It's 2 car lengths over Kyle Ebersol. Walko may have company here in a moment. Rusty Smith, whatever he found it late in the going here. Rusty running in position number 4 with Darren Shear right behind in 5th. And the twin sticks are about to appear as there are 2 laps remaining. Wilbur Hebing, Kyle Ebersol, Andy Walko, Rusty Smith, and the 3 of Darren Shear. Matt Krzyzewski running in 6th, and it's TJ Petrobowski. And it's white flag time for Wilbur Hebing. Final time, half mile to negotiate. It's down to a quarter mile, and I think his lead is too much for Kyle Ebersol this night. Mr. McGuire, your man just did it. Wilbur Hebing picking up the win. Kyle Ebersol finishing in second, Walco third, Smith fourth, then it's Darren Shearer. Well, he's all unfastened and kind of grimacing as he gets out. It doesn't get any easier as you get older to do these things, let me tell you. Hey, there he is, Wilbur Hebing. First things first, got to meet with the crew. Hang on, folks, he'll be back. They want to know who you are. That's Chris Clark, Lee Sharpstein. That's who's up there. Well, we'll let him pose for the trophy. Okay, all right, enough of this trophy nonsense. Congratulations, Wilbur. That was a great race. Jimmy, you know, the kid's fast. He's just had some bad luck with motors, and I don't know what happened, but he lost about 6 laps.
Yeah, he's really come a long way since I first watched him race. And then even last week at the U.S. Open, I was watching on the internet because we were down at Ed's, you know. All you people affected by this flood, I can't believe what I've seen down here. And I've been down there helping Ed for the last 3 weeks, just digging out and throwing out. And my heart goes out to all you people. This is a bad deal down here. But, you know, getting back to Jimmy, he would have won that U.S. Open probably last week. And, you know, believe me, I know what the bad luck thing is. We've been beating our heads against the wall for probably a year and a half now. We fast and, you know, we run good and this and that, and just get caught up in someone else's stuff or something breaks or, you know, if I was hitting stuff, I could swallow it a little more. But, you know, we've just been really struggling and feel bad for Ed because he really gives us everything we need to run up front and whatever it takes to win races, you know, and we've been close, we've been fast, but hey, it seems like we could get kicked more and more when they're down, and this one here means more than anything than right now for him, and, you know, this will probably buy him some new carpet for his house.
Well, you know, I did relate that story that he told me over here, that he said you were under his house and all kind of nasty stuff and you had a mask on, but it sounds like you've been helping other people too.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I've been down to Rome, PA there, and, you know, Ed called me when it was going on, and it just got into his garage there, and that was, I believe it was Wednesday night, you know, and he was pretty upset, but he was taking it pretty good and all that. And Thursday he called up, you know, and he was a bad deal.
Wilbur, you had to hold off about 3 restarts with Kyle Ebersol on the outside of you, and you kind of made easy work of that, but he was the other one that was right on your tail.
Yeah, you know, Kyle, he races all the RLC stuff, and, you know, he's a good runner. He almost won the race here, the RLC race here. You know, Matt got by him there at the end, but he runs good, and, you know, I don't care about them. We won. Anybody else you want to thank? Because I know these people are waiting to cheer for you. Yeah, just, you know, Ed McGuire and Don Ryers, he came, and we stole him from Chucky Hosfeld's pit, you know, and I used to drive for Don years ago, and we had a lot of success at Spencer's, and, you know, and Doug Farron, I've been racing for him for probably 12, 15 years now, and we won a lot of races, you know, and there was times that we couldn't do nothing wrong. And there's Jimmy. This moment is yours, Wilbur Hebing. Not a lot of people laugh, but they're going to be loud. Wilbur Hebing, our winner tonight.